Hello beautifuls, welcome. Today's practice is about befriending and making peace with silence. As a yoga instructor, I find it difficult not to talk too much, so it's my intention to offer minimal instruction, minimal cues, so that you have the opportunity to settle into the spaciousness, the wisdom, the tranquility of silence, and in the quiet moments, hear the words that silence whispers to your heart. And I acknowledge that for many of us, silence can be a little frightening. So we will be moving through consistent, rhythmic, repetitive movement so that there is clarity and you know where you're going in the silence. I hope you enjoy. I'll see you on the mat. Okay, beautiful. So we are going to begin straight away in downward facing dog. And we'll spend about the first 45 seconds or a minute just gliding forward and back from downward dog to plank pose, and from plank pose to downward facing dog. A little bit of consistent, repetitive, rhythmic movement straight away as we begin the practice. Arriving in the body. And the next time you arrive back in downward facing dog, allow yourself a full breath here. Awareness spreading from the fingertips to the toe tips. Take an in breath. And exhale, right foot forward between the hands and left knee to the mat, or maybe there's a folded blanket beneath the left knee. Anjaneyasana, reach the arms up overhead. So we'll do things in clusters of 4 today, groups of 4. Take an in breath, breathing all the way in towards the fingertips. And as you exhale, fold the palms, draw the hands towards the center of the chest, turn and left elbow towards right knee. And 3 more like that. Release, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to Anjali Mudra, turn to the right. 2 more at your own pace. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And right hand to right thigh. Let's lean up and over to the right. Left fingertips reaching up and over to the right. And if you have the space to let the hips shift a little further forward and down and reach the right fingertips to the floor or a block, you might do that. Or simply keeping the right hand on the right thigh. Take 1 more breath. And then exhale, release the left hand to the mat. Make your way back to down dog. And take a breath here in silence, a quiet moment. One more in breath. And on the out breath, left foot forward, right knee to the mat. Reach the arms up. Same again. Exhale, hands to heart. Rotate to the left, right elbow towards left knee. And return and reach. 3 more at your own pace. Just moving through space. back to center. Reach the arms. Left hand to top of left thigh. Gently reaching and leaning up and over to the left with the right arm. Another breath or two here. You're welcome to release that left hand to the floor or to a block next to you. And next exhalation, when you're ready to release, right hand to mat. And we'll step back to downward facing dog. Walk or step or hop the feet to the hands at the top of the mat. You might have the feet a little wider than hip width distance, or turn the toes out a little as you sit the hips down, nestle them down in space into Malasana. Take an in-breath. And again, just cycling through. Exhale, lift the hips. Fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale in Uttanasana. Exhale, return to Malasana. We'll do 2 more. Finishing up in Uttanasana. Hands to the waist, press into the feet and rise all the way to stand. Arms alongside the body. Take a moment to just observe the constellation of sensations throughout the whole body. Stand tall, hands to the waist. Let's turn towards the long edge of the mat. Feet parallel, legs wide. Turn the right toes forward, the left toes in a little. Bend the right knee, reach the arms. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. And here's another little vinyasa, another little flow that just allows you to move a little more in silence without me constantly talking to you. So take an in-breath here. And as you exhale, straighten through the front leg, tilt the pelvis, reach through the right arm, right hand to thigh, shin or floor, Trikonasana. Take an inhale in your triangle pose. Then as you exhale, re-bend the right knee. Right hand can stay on the floor or forearm to thigh. Left fingertips reach overhead. Side angle pose. Take an inhale here. And exhale, return to Warrior 2. Here we go. Inhale, Warrior 2. Exhale, straighten the front leg, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale. Exhale, re-bend the front knee, side angle pose. Inhale. Exhale, back to Warrior 2. 2 more. It's okay if the breath travels at its own pace. Just allowing yourself to move through these 3 shapes. Last one. Back to Warrior 2, take an in-breath. And as you exhale, straighten the right leg, turn the right toes forward, hands to the waist. Let's do that once more, second side. Left toes turn forward, right toes in a little. Find Warrior 2 for you today. 4 rounds. Inhale, warrior 2. And it's the exhale that brings us to the transition, Uttita Trikonasana. Breathing in. Uttita Parshvakonasana, side angle pose as you breathe out. Breathing in. Back to warrior 2. 3 more. Wherever you are, do 1 more full round. Not needing to rush. Aware of the sensory, lived experience of being in the whole body. When you arrive back in warrior 2, take an in-breath. And as you exhale, straighten the left leg, hands to the waist, turn the left toes in. Take an in-breath, gently draw the elbows back behind you. Lift the chest, perhaps you lift the gaze. And as you exhale, fold over the legs. Prasarita Paruttanasana, release the hands to the mat. Place them shoulder width distance underneath you. And just a few breaths here to feel the feeling of the whole body. Not judging the body, just observing. Next in breath, lift the chest, hands beneath the shoulders, little softness to the knees, hop the feet hip width distance, and fold, Uttanasana. You might even ragdoll, hold opposite elbows here. Then we'll release the hands to the waist and slowly rise up to stand. So for the next minute, just a very short period of time, the option is to take 1 more wide-legged forward fold with an arm variation of your choice, maybe hands interlaced behind you, or fingers interlaced behind the back of the skull, or arms reaching back through the legs. Or it might be a downward facing dog, or it might be Shirshasana 1, headstand. Headstand in the middle of the room, or you might take it over to a wall. So choosing quietly, choosing wisely, and coming into your preferred shape of choice, and being there in that spacious awareness, the ground of being, that quiet ground of being. A minute is maybe about 5 to 8 breaths, depending on your breath cycle. Last few moments, beautiful ones. And beginning to journey out of your shape, we will meet together
in child's pose. Child's pose, variation of your choice. Arms reaching back, arms reaching forward, knees wide, knees closer together. A moment curling in upon yourself, listening to the wisdom of the heart, the breath, the sensations in the body. Take your time. When you're ready, gently make your way up out of child's pose. We'll set the hips to one side and just take a moment to find any comfortable seat. It doesn't have to be a formal yogic seat. You might lean back against your couch or just sitting comfortably for a moment. Allow the body to settle back into stillness again. Gently maybe close the eyes or soften the gaze again. We'll just spend half a minute here attuning to silence again, settling back into silence. And if you'd like to take Shavasana, then you might recline back now. Or if you're ready to move on, perhaps you lift the hands and fold the palms. Anjali Mudra. Thank you for being brave and befriending the silence and the spaces in between today. Thank you for sharing your practice. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.